One of the first towns that was certified for 3 years, so this will be hanging in Town Hall.
We're definitely certified.
I have to do Havana? Oh, don't do this. And the other, this is the really neat one. We are the first in the state to ever receive a leadership award. This is the award. And of course, it's the work that people here, along with what Fred's been doing throughout the state, have made happen for Maplewood. So we are on the map once again, and it's good to see everybody back for green drinks. Some of you are even new, so it's great. Welcome. And we have a very nice presentation tonight. Two people that have worked very, very hard for our area, for our county, and for Maplewood.
Here's the chair of the South Mountain Conservancy board, and Tricia's a board member, and there's been a lot of stuff going on up there. I've noticed when I'm up there, there's enclosures, and I'm wondering what's going on. There's been a lot of developments, so they're going to share with us what they've been doing and what they will continue to do, and what they need us to help them.
Great, thank you. Particularly the forest regeneration work that we have been at the forefront of and have gotten the county to buy into, and in fact it's unprecedented in probably the Northeast, if not the country, at the scale that we're doing it. The Conservancy is a volunteer organization, 10 people on our board, and then many, many community groups who help out. And we run hikes that are for free. We've had over something like 500 people have taken our hikes over the course of this year. We have an extensive hiking program, we have a trail building program, and we have a forest regeneration program. We also have a trash tapping program that's more intermittent. And it's really drawing on the community and the work that comes from various groups that allow us to do this. That we're going to repair the foundations of the bridges near Hemlock Falls, which have not been done since 1935. So there's a lot of infrastructure, there's a lot of trail building. We're creating a new trail from Painter's Point going east-west. It doesn't up the side in a sustainable way, so it doesn't erode, and going all the way up, all the way to the Milburn, the Short Hills Park. So that's the first new trail. We've been revising trails, and we have lots of other programs. The forest regeneration program, which is the complement in terms of the county's interest, is how do you regenerate the forest, given that we have such an extraordinary overrunning of the reservation by deer? How do you, as the deer population comes down from the culling, how do you regenerate the native plants? And so Tricia got us connected with people that we knew, Emil DeVito and other people. And offhand comments, he said, well, you should have 200 of these little sites and you could help regenerate your forest. And so I went back and said, okay, what do you mean by 200? What will it look like? And so as I got more information from another ecologist, we put together a plan so that we had 41 sites that represent, roughly 14 acres. And then we have a 14 acres that Tricia will talk about, and she's been working on now for 2 years, where she's put in several thousand plants. And what we have, if you walk around, you will see that there are 41 sites ranging from 5,000 to 40,000 square feet, averaging around 15,000 square feet, that are fenced off. So in total, with the 14 acres, this represents about 1.1% of the reservation. And we have planted approximately 1,000 plants in this space. And we have not personally. This was yeah. But what we've done is now created an opportunity to use this as a seed source over the next 20 years, so that in fact, in 4 or 5 years, it will grow, and then it will become a seed source. And we've placed them usually on high points so that wind and rain will distribute it, and we'll probably get a few more sites. So what we are looking for, and you can see that we have many groups, is any environmental group who wants to adopt a site. And we've got about, the Girl Scouts have taken on 4. Jefferson Elementary School is likely, through the work of Michael there, is likely to take on another one. We have a couple of hikers that are, someone from Patch has shown interest. Patch.com, she took an article and she said, well, how can I help? I said, well, would you like to take over a site? So I said, well, I work in this area. So I said, well, I have another person who's interested because he actually maintains it, Dave Hogenauer. So Judith and Dave are taking over a 15,000 square foot site, and we're going to give them materials so that they can identify invasive species and give them a guidelines as to what to do and how to maintain it. Because just having a fenced-in area doesn't mean that the right plants will grow. And just because we put the right plants in doesn't mean that they will actually have time to overcome the invasives, because the invasives like an opening in the canopy also. So we've got to fight that, and over the 3 to 4 years, the natives should crowd out the invasives, and then eventually over 10 years, it will become a seed source. So this is a long-term project.
We need a lot of help.
We need a lot of help. We've got about 5 or 6 out of 41 accounted for now. Here, all the groups, this is Tricia working, and she'll talk about what she's done in the 14 acres, but St. Rose of Lima, Goldman Sachs helped take down fencing. Some very young kids were working here. It was remarkable, that's why. And again, if you look through in the forest, you know, the story about a forest is if you want to see the future of a forest, look on the ground, look at the understory. That's the future of the forest. And ours is decimated. You should not look 100 yards into a forest and not see understory, and that's what we have right now. And that will take a sustained culling. We have to reduce the population down, and we also have to now maintain our sites. We have a once a month regeneration program, and Tricia will talk about that.
The third Sunday of every month, we meet at the dog park. And it's about 9:30, we go till 12 o'clock, and we do almost anything. Mostly we plant and we remove invasive.
I have a question. When you were talking about you're looking for individuals or groups to take over one of these areas, what is that? What kind of commitment is that? What kind of time commitment?
Well,
what
we
kind
would
of
like,
physical
what time, first of all, I would go and show them what they have to do. The average is about 5,000 square feet. And I would walk you in there. It is locked, so I'd have to give you your own code. And you unlock it, you go in there, and you basically remove any invasives that you see and make sure that the plants are okay. And then how much time you can spend, like an hour, maybe once every other week.
Okay.
But you want to bring a few people up there the first time. That's what I would recommend.
Right.
So I try to get one person to commit themselves to it, and maybe it can trickle down. Where if you know, like a group, like a Boy Scout or some sort of community group, that's ideal. But I would take just 2 lowly people who want to do a good thing. Yeah. Absolutely. And South Mountain Conservancy, you can find my name, Tricia Zimick. I'm all over the place. It's not hard to find me.